Hi there, every single person out there. Thank you so much for joining me once again on Market Faith. All right, it's always a joy, always a pleasure to come to you and to share and to see how we can add value to you and your business. All right, thank you so much for being a part of today. Okay, today we want to talk about the second part of what we started discussing last week, which is overcoming the barriers to progress. Overcoming barriers to progress. We're trying to encourage you to take action, to do something about what you know, to do something about your business. All right, it's a new season, it's a new month. All right, I mean, it's no more new anymore because we're at least 1 week in, right? But it's a new season, and it's very, very important that you begin to take action on the goals that you set, on the plans that you had. You've spent the whole of January planning, thinking, forecasting, engaging people. You've started one thing or the other. It is time to take action. It is time to get things done. It is time to get out of sitting down on your couch and getting to work and getting into action and getting things done. All right, so because the year is already going, the second month of the year already, before you know what's happening, we're in October, November, December, we're starting the new year 2024. So very, very important. What I'm talking to you about today is absolutely critical. You need to take action. All right, so last time we talked about why it was important, to take action. Why is taking action important? And then we ended up talking about, what are the barriers, what are the limitations that most people face when it comes to taking action. And what I tried to do is to just highlight some of the issues so that this week I want to then begin to address those issues and talk about what exactly you can do in practical terms. And I want to make this as practical as possible. I want to make this as realistic as possible for you, that you can begin to do to take action in your life, in your business, to get things done this year. All right, so it's very, very important, and I'm going to split it into two parts. The first part, all right, of what you can do to overcome barriers to making progress, right? Because listen, let me say this. Listen, progress is not made just by what you know. Progress is made by what you do with what you know. I'll say that again. Progress is not made just by what you know. Progress is made by what you do with what you know. So if you allow obstacles and challenges to stop you from making the progress that you want to make in your life and in your business, what will happen is that your dreams, your goals will remain just that, dreams and goals. They will never become reality. So it is critical, absolutely essential, that you take out time and ask yourself, what exactly do I need to do to take action to get things done? So in overcoming barriers to making progress, in overcoming barriers to taking action, the first thing I want to talk about is information, right? Information. This is absolutely essential, absolutely critical. And I'll tell you one of the things, one of the reasons why information is very powerful. Information is powerful, right? Because what it does for you is that it not only gives you an idea of what exactly you need to do, right? But it also encourages you a lot. It pushes you, and it gets you to that point where you can actually begin to do things, okay? So one of the reasons why people don't take action, right, is that they have too much information, okay? And I'll try to dissect it in a way that helps you understand some sort of a balance. The balance between just having information and taking action. So under the umbrella of information, what am I talking about? Now, one of the reasons why people don't take action is because they don't know what to do. And that's the reality. The truth is this, right? If people know what to do, in many cases, in many instances, they will go ahead and do it, right? But for many people, they either don't know what to do or they don't know what to do first. They know what to do, but there's just this inertia. And one of the things I find about information is that sometimes even when you know what to do, right, when you have the right information, it usually will prompt you and ginger you to go and do what exactly it is that you need to do. Okay, so overcoming barriers to taking action, the first thing I want to say to you is get information. Get information, right? And part of what that does is this. Number one, part of getting information is finding a mentor, finding a coach, finding someone that you can speak to, right? I mean, maybe not necessarily getting a coach per se yet, because that's under another category, right? So there is information, and the second reason is accountability. Those are the two major things that I find, right, that helps people. Now, under getting information, what does that mean? The first thing is asking questions from people who have done what exactly it is that you're doing. So for example, if you've never made 100 million before in your business and you want 100 million, what you can do is have conversations with people who have gone beyond that and ask them how they make that kind of money, right, in their business, right? Look for someone perhaps that is running a law firm, and in their law firm they're doing 200 million. Look for someone that is running another type of business, maybe not necessarily your type first and foremost, right? If you can't find, but just ask them, how do you even begin to think as someone who has who is running 100 million type of business? How do you begin to ask yourself and talk to yourself, what are the kind of things you need to do? How many people do you need to hire, right? These types of information sometimes will help. I remember trying to start a business and talking to someone, right? And one of the questions I was asking is that, look, this business that I'm trying to do, I need to get revenue in. I need to get money into the business. I need to start making money, right? Who would you advise me to hire first in this business if I'm looking for money, right? And the person started to tell me and give me an idea. And what that did was that piece of information bridged a lot of gaps in my mind, such that I was then able to take action. Because prior to that time, I've been wondering, how am I going to do this? What am I going to do? What am I going to do? I need money. I need to get revenue in. I need to get revenue in. But when I spoke to that person, they gave me perspective that helped me, right, in knowing what exactly to do and where to start from to ensure that I have what I need, right, to make progress in my business, right? So the first thing is, under getting information, is talking to someone who has done what you are trying to do before, and that person will give you the kind of information that you need. The second thing is what I call structured information. Structured information is professional training, for example, right? Go for training courses and pay people, right, for some of these training programs, right? Go for a CEO course, go for a global executive program, go for something that will help you and teach you in a structured and systematic way what it is that you need to do. So for example, a friend of mine was looking to start a venture capital firm and all those types of things. He had been in another type of industry, made some money, and then was trying to get into VC, where they will be funding businesses and all of that. And one of the first things he did was to go into a structured learning environment to learn about how VCs work and how VCs operate, okay? And what he did was that he asked a bunch of questions. Look, you paid for the training, so ask all the questions you like in the world, right? Ask them, what exactly should I do first? Then what should I do next? You know, ask all the questions you want in this world. The only stupid questions are the questions you don't ask, okay? So get information. Part of getting information, like we said, right, is, you know, going for training, for structured education, right? Go for a training program, go for a training course. Now, while that is good, the reality with the training course, which I recommend and I suggest you do, is that many times, right, what you learn now, when you start to do your business, when you get to month 8, month 9, month 10, most of the things you learned earlier on will probably not, is either you've forgotten or they are no longer relevant. So that's where the next thing comes into play when it comes to getting information, is get ongoing information, all right? Get what? Ongoing information. So you've not just gone to school, or you've not just gone for a course or a 3-month program to learn and get trained on something. You are also getting ongoing information. What that means is you subscribe to a YouTube channel, maybe like this one. You subscribe to another channel that teaches you and helps you stay up to date with some of the things that you need in your industry. Listen to me, getting information is crucial, absolutely crucial, right? Information is important, right? Because taking action without information is like running only to find out that you are running in the wrong direction. Everybody can run, but to know where the direction to run, that is the power of information. So what you need to do is get as much information as you can, right? The other thing you can do, right, especially when you have fear. If you have fear, one of the things that you can do, how information can help you in your fear, right, is to start feeding your faith and starving your fear. What that means is this: if you are afraid that you will fail, if you are afraid that things might not work, you need to stop exposing yourself to quote and unquote testimonials of people who fail and start feeding your faith by exposing yourself to information of the people who succeed, right? Because in any venture in this life, whether the ones that you are going to be successful in or the ones you are not going to be successful in, whatever venture in this life, some people are failing, some people are succeeding, right? So what information does for you is that information helps you to feed your faith and starve your fear. Okay, find out what exactly is feeding your fear and address it. How do you do that? One of the ways you do that is by getting information to plug the gap of your fear. Okay, so if you're afraid that you will fail, find people who have succeeded and get the kind of information that they had that they used to succeed. If you're afraid that things may not work out like you plan, find people that things have worked out for and get information about how things worked out for them and they succeeded. So today I've spent time talking to you about getting information. Why? One of the ways you overcome obstacles and barriers to your progress, right, is by getting information. I want to encourage you as I close. Please send me questions. I want to really answer questions. I feel like for many people that want to take action and get things done in their lives, they just feel stuck. They just feel like they can't move forward beyond the particular point. Put your questions in the comment section. I'll try and address it in the following video, right? Send me a DM on Instagram, send me an email, and all of that. You can check out the link that we have in our channel here on YouTube or on Instagram, wherever, and send me a question. Let me know what you think. Okay, and let me know what questions I can answer for you that will help you grow. Next time, I'm going to talk about the second thing you can do, the second big umbrella of things that you can do to overcome barriers, all right, to progress in your life and business. I hope that was been helpful for you today. Thank you so much for joining me. All right, I'll see you next time.